Hello again. I'm Richard Weil, and I'm the principal and owner of National Restaurant Consultants. And we appreciate you joining us for the NRC Helpful Moment number 96. Is that right, Brian?
96. I can't believe
96. And once again, we welcome in Mr. Brian Devine, president and principal of Top Line Management and CafeFuel, National Restaurant Consultants marketing co-branding partner. And today we're just thrilled to have Devaney McNeil from the Colorado Restaurant Association, and she is the Vice President of Strategic Partnership for the CRA. And Devaney, as we see things continuing to roll back a little bit, not just in Colorado, but across the country, hopefully other states don't end up like Illinois where there's a complete lockdown again. What are some of the things that not just the Colorado Restaurant Association, but trade associations, restaurant associations across the country continue to be an advocate and a huge resource for restaurants? And how are you all continuing your great support of the industry?
We talk to, particularly Sonia, our CEO, talks to her counterparts in other parts of the country quite often. And what's great about the SRAs, state restaurant associations, is if somebody has a great idea that's helping their members, then we ask and politely take that idea and do the same. So a good example of that is Chicago, which I know is going through some tough times right now. They did a winter outdoor dining contest where and theirs was open to the public and to everybody. And they did a contest to have people come up with creative ideas for people eating outside, something a little more genius than maybe just putting a parka and a scarf on. And we heard about that idea and we loved that idea. So we did the same thing, and it was the first time. I don't know if you're familiar with the word charrette, but Sonia had to tell me what that was. And I'm like, what is this charrette you speak of? And so a charrette is when you get for brainstorming, essentially. I guess we could have said brainstorm, but
I think we need to call it
right? Well, now I like just throwing charrette around since I know the word now. So we met with the state. We went to the governor's office and told them what Chicago was doing and said we would really like to do that here. They could not have been more supportive and more on board. They immediately went and got Excel Energy's foundation to donate $500,000. I'll kind of tell you the background because we're fast forwarded to now where we're accepting grant applications. So what we did is we took engineers, restaurateurs, of course, architects, health department, and other smart people, and we put them in groups and we gave them a title like parking lot, outdoor parking lot, and what they could possibly do. Sorry, our phone's ringing in the background. It's not a cell phone. I can't control that. Although I should turn mine off. And what were some of the other ones? Moving into a park or just, pods outdoor or something like that. So we had about 10 different people virtually all day long a couple of weeks ago. We turned this around so fast. And then we have a website. The website's actually cooutdoordining.org. So coloradooutdoordining.org, CO. And people are completing the grants. And what we'll do, we're going to do 2 rounds of funding. The first one, we want to give at least $5,000 to each qualifying restaurant. The qualifications are on the website, but it's essentially you have to have shown a hardship of year over year, 20% loss or more. And those will be the priorities. And it's a statewide program. We try really hard not to be Denver centric because we're based in Denver. So we are the Colorado Restaurant Association. We just did a road trip out to the Western Slope to see how all the restaurants were doing in Telluride, Durango, Breckenridge, Grand Junction, and I'm forgetting the others, but it was a blast and it was really fun. So we've had 250 people apply for the grants. We're still raising money. We'd like to get to at least 1.5 million, which would guarantee people well, it depends on how many people we have apply, right? But would guarantee more people money. And then we also have on that website, which I know that they're doing around the country as well, we have every single grant that we could find, federal, state, local, because a lot of counties are doing things for their restaurants. Every grant is listed on co-outdoordining.org's website. So that's an example of what I think across the nation, we're all looking at each other to see what we're doing and what's working. And I feel like I'm on a ramble, but if you want me to go on, I can tell you some of the other things we've done.
Well, sure. Take a couple more minutes in terms of that, but I'll go ahead and throw this in. I know that the grant money that is out there is real prevalent, not just in Colorado, but across the country, as Devaney has pointed to. I'm really aware of a lot of clients that we deal with across the country that have applied. We have also assisted multiples of clients in those applications because, it can be a little overwhelming to some people in terms of applying. To the average restaurateur, it gets a little bit while you feel like you're underwater. That's one of the things that we're doing at NRC. Again, to be helpful, we will do that pro bono for any restaurateur that's listening to this. We'll help you with those grant applications. We're pretty good at it by now. And if not, we can get a hold of the respective local state restaurant association because they're there to help you. What else are you all doing, David? Tell us what else you're doing.
Well, and Richard, I'm so glad you said that because it's partners like you that make us more helpful to people, right? I don't know. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a restaurant consultant. I'm not a CPA. So we have partners like you and others that will help our members for free, which just, I think, speaks to the quality of people in this industry. And I think it's funny that when you say need help filling out the applications, I don't think you generally open a restaurant going, I love paperwork. So that is kind of a tough thing and we put it together so fast with this grant program that had we had months to do it, we could have thought of more questions. But for instance, if you just started your restaurant now and you don't have year-over-year funding, we didn't think to put that on there. So we add things later, like, use what your projections would have been to show us what your losses are. Things like that. But thanks for being such a great partner. I have sent many happy people to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then, so I would say that advocacy is why most restaurant associations exist, like a lot of associations. And what we've seen around the country, and certainly in Colorado, is getting alcohol to go passed so that restaurants can have another revenue stream. Same with getting the patios expanded quickly. I remember when we were talking this, Colorado's been pretty great. I mean, we don't, of course, agree with everything that is happening. We don't love the capacity limits and the shutdowns. What we do love, because we're hospitality people, is we want people to be safe and healthy, but it's hard, especially when restaurants aren't really what they're saying is the spreader of this disease. It's more private parties and people without masks. And in a restaurant, I just left Angelo's over on 6th Avenue for a meeting, and I couldn't have felt more safe when I was there, because they make you feel that way. I think the majority of the restaurants do and are being good actors. So it's tough. But the expanded patio system, I was going to say, it moved really fast. Some of the restaurants might not agree, but getting bureaucracy to change and speed things up is not easy. But I think we managed to do that ultimately to people's happiness and to a lot of success.
That's terrific. And Brian, I think, have you been involved, and I know you have with some of clients as far as pieces in marketing. I'm going to pivot over to you for some marketing thoughts as far as outdoor dining, getting the message out, staying consistent, using their lists.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that. And first of all, Devaney, did I get this right? Did we have that? Is that the correct?
outdoordining.org. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, let's leave that up there for a little bit.
Okay.
Because I think that's fantastic. I love more people to see it and get there. And to your point, Richard, yes, outdoor is going to be everything, I think, and making it comfortable is going to be a challenge in Colorado weather. But make sure that you let people know what you are doing to make it as comfortable as possible, because there's still a lot of people like my family. We love to go out to eat, and we want to support the restaurants around us, but we don't know who has what. And so a lot of times you're driving around and you're kind of looking like, well, what do they have? Do they've got? Make it easy, right? Don't hide it. Okay.
So smart.
Take pictures. Put that all over your website and social media. Do a video.
How about a video, Brian? How
Please,
about a video?
Please do a video. Yes. And if you're like, oh, I don't have a video camera, if you have a phone, you have a camera that is good enough. It is, especially iPhones, they're fantastic. The latest Androids, they're terrific. You don't even need sound because you can put music underneath it later. But get that out there. Put it on your website. Put it on social media. Now, here's what I'm going to recommend. People think that, oh, I put it on my Facebook page, I'm done. You are not done. Okay? The people that have liked and followed your page, so if they like your page, about 1 to 3% of those people will see what you post on your page. 1 to 3%. If they specifically follow your page, now we're getting between 7 and 12% will see what you post. So that means that you can't do it once and then be done. Do it 2, 3, 4, 5 times a week. And you're probably going to have a few people going, hey, do we need to see this again? As long as that's not like 25, 30 people, you're not doing it enough. Okay? Get it out there. Make sure that you're reminding people of what you have to offer, how you are making it safe and comfortable for them, and people will come. They want to come. So just do everything you can to get it out there. If you have questions, need help, contact Richard, contact Stephanie, contact myself. We're here to help, right? We want to help. So any questions you have, we are here to answer them. Does that cover everything, Richard? Or do you feel like all right, cool.
I'm going to give you 2 thumbs up.
Right on. Good deal.
Well, I think that does cover it. Devaney, anything else for us today that you could throw at?
Yeah, the only thing I can think, if for restaurateurs who are watching, is we've opened up all of our communication to everybody. It's not, we're here for all restaurants, not just member restaurants. So you can always look on our website, corestaurant.org, and you can opt into our communication, or my phone number's on the website. You can reach out to me, whatever anyone wants. We're here for them, and we can also connect you with these great guys.
So one of the things in closing is, remember, free is a good word. And, pro bono is a good word. And anything along those lines is what the NRC Helpful Moment was established to be helpful and to provide opportunities for restaurateurs and hospitality industry operations to gain that free advice. No matter if you're in Florida, Washington State, Illinois, Massachusetts, Colorado, Arizona, etc., your trade association, your local restaurant and hotel lodging associations, they're here to help. Can't thank Devaney McNeil enough for being with us today. Brian, as always, that's it. So long for now, everybody. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks for having me.